Hey, YouTube family. Let me angle this in the way it's supposed to be angled for one. Ooh, okay. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, your girl Gigi, the Glam Goddess. I am back with another video, and this is my teen transition story. So, as a lot of y'all know, and some of y'all may not, a lot of y'all may not. I am trans, okay? I have been trans for over 10 years. I transitioned at a very young age. I transitioned at what, 13, 12, 13. Um, and the journey has been extensive. I just was looking at my younger pictures not too long ago when I was looking for a thumbnail for this video, and it really brought back so many memories, and good and bad. And I want to just say, when you are living this life, when you're living this human experience, what you are given in life, 10% of what you're given in life, you cannot control. But the other 90% is totally in your hands. And that's what I've learned throughout my human experience being trans, is that life is what you make it. My life was what I made it. And I just want to, for one, I'm sorry, I got like hair in my mouth. But I just want to say, for one, I really appreciate my mom for giving me the support, my grandparents for loving me unconditionally and giving me the support and helping me to undergo my transition. It would have not been possible without the support of my parents. And being so that I had my parents support me at a very young age with me being a trans person. It helped me navigate the world as an adult a lot easier, a lot smoother. I think that I've dodged a lot of bullets and unnecessary drama because I was able to grow into the woman that I desired to be, rather than growing into a full man and then having to undergo all of the things testosterone would do to you. And I also want to talk about why, as trans women, why we strive to transition at a very young age. Okay. So, one thing about it is, puberty for a trans person is like, mm, there we go. It's literally like hell on earth. Okay. When for a trans person to undergo that second puberty, it can sometimes mean life or death. It can really determine the mental status of where you are. It can really affect your mental health and how you navigate through this world. Um, we transition at a young age so that we can pass, okay? So we can have passing privileges, or privileges just to be able to to live a normal life as the women that we are, without having to be harassed or looked at crazy. Like, I'm able to navigate the world just being myself without the hate. And that is the whole principle of why we transition. We strive to transition at a very young age. Okay, I hope that y'all understand that. And when you don't, a lot of times, if we look at the media right now, like even with Caitlyn Jenner, like, come on now, you waited so long. Granted, you were able to build a life and have kids and to spread your wealth that you built as a man. That was great. But at the end of the day, look at how much harder that you have it with society and people judging you and certain things like that. And so that's the reason why we do what we do. Okay. Um, Going to school for me was a, oh Jesus, going to school for me was hell. Okay, just to say the least. I endured a lot of harassment. a good amount. I won't say a lot, but a good amount of harassment from even staff members. Like certain staff members, men would sit up there and like throw shade or like find reasons to not respect me or not call me by my my chosen name, which my parents named me that, renamed me that. It just wasn't on paper. So I had to deal with a lot of like that from that one specific teacher, like not wanting to respect me, um, bullying from kids, them throwing stuff at me and stuff like that. But one thing about me as a kid, I was not raised to be a punk, and no shade, but I'm an Aries. Okay, and if anybody know about Aries, we're a little bit temperamental, we're a little bit hot-headed. Um, so that shit never flew with me. Like that picking on me and shit, like I always would defend myself or like have people that respected me and loved me and they would stick up for me as well. And I really appreciated that and I needed that, being though that like it's a tough world for us. And I was at the time coming into high school, I was one of the first trans kids there. And so the adjustments that the schools had to make with using the girls' restroom and or not using the girl restrooms, I had to use. At first, they wanted me to use the boys' locker room, the one that a locker room that I guess like the boys didn't use or they wasn't going to be using at the time. Um, and of course, I did not do that. I felt highly insulted when one of the principals or one of the main people at the school would tell me like, hey, yeah, you got to use that bathroom instead of the females restroom. Now of course that wasn't happening, so I wound up building a really close relationship with the nurse, and I would use the nurse's restroom a lot and spent a lot of time just in the nurse's restroom, period, decompressing from the anxiety that comes with being trans and going to school with kids of that generation. Okay. I experienced a lot of depression growing up. Like being trans, I'm not gonna lie, like it helped. It was like I had to go through the shit just so my life could be easier. But experiencing depression at a young age like that can really be devastating for your mental health. I'm gonna stop in one moment just to read the comments after I say this quick little part. But it was very depressing. It was extremely depressing waking up every day, not only having to go to school and deal with the bullshit, but waking up and having to get ready. Like for me, that was the main part. I wasn't born a woman, so I didn't have the ability to just wake up and just go and brush my hair real quick. Like no, I had to actually put in effort to actually be respected by society. I had to put effort in how I look, and I think that that is very important in your transition. You can't expect people to just respect you as a trans woman just because you said you're trans. You have to give people something respect. You have to respect yourself so much that other people will respect you. And I worked very hard for that, waking up every day, learning how to do my makeup. That was the worst part for me, putting on makeup, um, finding certain clothes that fit my body at the time. And it was mentally exhausting for me going to school every day. And a lot of days I would stop. I started smoking weed in high school too. So that was my escape. Smoking weed literally was my escape, and I think it low key saved my life. Like I know, like we not supposed to be smoking, especially in high school, but like the depression and shit was real, baby. I had to light up. Okay, that was my shit. Like every day, it really helped me mentally deal with the bullshit. I will say now looking back, I can realize that smoking weed to that extent probably was adding to my depression. I just wasn't really knowing it because I was masking instead of dealing with it. I can see that now after therapy, after years of therapy, but um, that was the hardest part. That was the hardest part for me. Aside from dealing with the school, like the kids, the own your own mental mind was a prison. Being as though that you felt in prison, I felt in prison from my body. My body was the prison, and my mind just wanted to escape. And you know, it was very hard. I grew up with a single parent mother, with the help of my grandparents, her parents, and stepmom. I was able to grow up with a certain amount of love. And I really appreciate the support that I was able to get as a child because that really helped so much. I can't express that enough. Let me quickly read girlfriend when I come to you. Okay, okay, Gregory, I hear that. I am an Aries too, baby. Oh yes, yes, Aries gang. Period. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hello to everyone that has came in. Um, Somebody done said something in another language. I guess it got blocked. Let me see because no shit. I got a little extra time today. Somebody can get cussed out in the live if they got something disrespectful to say. But anyway, look, supposed to keep my mind right. Anyway, but back to topic. Like it was really hard. It was really hard to happen to deal with that type of harassment every day. Um, Not harassment, Jesus Christ, but my own harassment, my own mind. It was hard to deal with that shit. It was hard to look in the mirror and get myself together. Looking back, I am so grateful that I persevered. One thing about being a trans woman and being trans in general, it will teach you about perseverance. And that is pretty much the overall topic of this video, is just persevering through the bullshit, whatever life gave you, okay? Besides my mother being a single mother, she was also a drug addict. She also dealt with substance abuse. And so for me, not only dealing with being trans and going to school and dealing with everything that comes with that, I had to deal with a parent with substance abuse, and my mother dealing with bipolar, and all of that affects you mentally. You know what I mean? And mentally is where you need yourself. You need yourself mentally to be there for you. But when your mind is so focused on so many other things in your world, sometimes I feel like your world is kind of coming to an end where you don't know. It would be times where I honestly didn't know if I would make it to 30 years old. I really didn't. And the way I seen my life at the time, I felt like it couldn't be possibly much that I could amount to. I've dealt with having to entertain sex work. I never really delved deep into it, but I had to learn my way around certain things because I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, okay? I grew up impoverished, and I had to make a goddamn way out of no way, okay? You looking at God's glory here because from even just like at the time navigating the world, how I had to navigate the world and I had to survive. um it was part of my journey, and it really taught me that if you want something in this world, it's nothing that can keep you from having it or obtaining it but yourself. And throughout my journey and dealing with, entertaining sex work and dealing with a parent with addiction and, mental abuse that came along with that, I had to really perseverance. I had to change my mindset about myself and my situation. for me to really come on the other side of that. For one, dealing with a parent with addiction is no joke. It's not the easiest. Me having to come home and cook for my siblings, like, was a real thing for me. Me having to come home and clean up was a real thing. Me coming home and seeing my mother passed out on the porch, fucked up, or whatever substance she was on, was a lot for me. On top of being trans, it felt like I literally wanted to give up at the time. Um, and that's why I think I entertained sex work too, because it was like I did not see no way out of that at that time. But one thing that God really did for me, and which I'm so grateful for, is that He put a gift inside of me. And that gift was the gift of creativity. That gift alone has saved my life. Oh my God. I'm not about to do this on live, y'all. But it saved my life because of my creativity. I was able to make money from doing hair and makeup. I always been very creative. I've always did art. Like, that's one thing about me. I was like a child prodigy. I just knew how to do artwork. Like, that was my thing. I always knew it was a gift. I didn't know if it was one that could really pay off at the end, but it did. It did. That gift alone saved my life. I was able to build clientele. In about like my 11th year of high school, I started like really doing makeup. Like, I got, like, people knew me for doing makeup because I had to go to school and put on a full face in order to feel comfortable enough as a woman to exist and not be judged or whatever case might be. And I just got really good at the makeup. And so from there, I also went to school for cosmetology. Let me just throw that in there. And so that really helped me. That really helped sustain me. I think that also a lot of teachers at the time knew something was going on in my personal life and how depressed I would just come in there sometimes. But they seen the gift in me. And I remember my cosmetology teacher would tell me, she said, Gigi, because of this gift that you have, you will never be broke another day in your life. And now that I'm grown and I'm older, I really understand that. It has sinking into me, like what she was talking about. My gift was able to make room for me. How God say in the word of God, it says your gift will make room for you. My gift literally made room for me. I was able to do certain popular people in my city, makeup. I was able to work for Star Faces. I don't know if you guys have heard of that makeup brand, but I was able to work for that. That was like the hottest place in my city. If you wanted to be a makeup artist, you wanted to go to Star Faces. And so from there, graduating high school and working some minute jobs up until the point where I was able to work full time in my gift, it changed the trajectory of my life. I was still going through things with dealing with my parent with addiction. But that gift, being able to sustain myself and not rely on sex work or men or nothing like that, but to rely on these. God will bless the works of your hands. Oh my God. And if it's not true, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Because God has blessed the works of my hands and I was able to take care of myself and not to rely on people. And I was able to pay my way to get through life and just have certain resources that I did not have before. As far as better makeup, better hormones. Well, health insurance did that, so shout out to healthcare. But just certain things that you need, laser. Like, I was able to pay for those things, and those things made my transition easier, which ultimately made my life easier, which made just existing easier. And it just really show you like, yo, you gotta stick in there. No matter what life throws at you, it is up to you. Life gave me hell, and I made that shit heaven on earth. Okay? I did for me because that's what I had to do. And if you're dealing with any situation in life, you can overcome it. You are a conqueror. And that's what being trans has taught me and living in this world, that I am a conqueror. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did the word of God say? I am more than a conqueror. And I've seen that, and when I look at my life now, even like the home that I'm living in now, and the things that I have now, I never thought that it would be possible for me, because of where I came from, because of how poor I grew up. Not having two parents in a house, but God gave me just enough. He gave me just enough to win. And right now I'm just playing the rest of my cards that's in my hand. And the next move that I make, I'm gonna win. Because I got the big cards in my hand. I got the joker, the club, the all that. It's about to be laid out. So but I had to get rid of all of those minute cards. I had to play my hand right in life in order to get to where I wanted to be. I couldn't just look at the hand that I was dealt in life and just say, "Oh fuck it, I can't win with this." Look at them. Everybody else throwing out all these big number cards, all these good cards, and I'm only left with, I only got this. I had to work my hand because God will give you just enough so you can win. God will never give you a losing hand. It may look like that, but that's not what it is. He gave you just enough. And so I urge everybody that watched this video now and on the repeat to look inside yourself and see what you are capable of. Look inside you and find you. Find what God put on in the inside of you, because God put a gift on in everybody. Every single person that's going to watch this live now and then on the repeat, you got a gift inside you. And when you have a gift inside you, that means you have purpose inside of you. So live out your purpose. Find what it is and be the best damn motherfucker that you can be at it. Okay? Be the best at what you can be. What my grandfather used to say before he passed, mediocrity don't get you nowhere. So don't ever try to be mediocre, but be the best. And it's hard. It's hard. It's not going to be easy, but it is damn sure worth it. Okay? So that's pretty much it. I'm going to read some of these. Fire up. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely am fired up. Thank you. Somebody said, Dora, thank you. I speak a little bit of Spanish. I know a little bit, but thank you. I appreciate it. You said I'm beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. You look lovely tonight, sis. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Look, what you're looking at right now is just the glory of God. It's the glory of God. I would not be able to look like this or have what I have if I did not remain and continuously to believe in God. So I urge everybody to look to the Creator, look within inside of themselves, because that's where the Creator dwells. You are the walking tabernacle, okay? And I want to say too, I want to give a big shout out to God, because, oh my God, I want to give a huge shout out to God, because everything that I've ever wanted and prayed for when I was, oh my God, like, why do I feel like I'm tearing up? Like, y'all, when I was young like that, I never would have thought I would have been able to have the things that I want to now in my transition, in my personal life. And one by one, these things was added on to me. Oh my God, the word of God is being fulfilled within my life, and I see it. It's like one by one. God is giving that to me. It's like I'm passing this on. Okay, we're gonna give you that now. We're gonna give you this now. And I'm literally getting so close to what I prayed for such a long time, to that full vision. It's being manifested. I'm seeing it, but I'm learning how to also love the journey and not be obsessed with the destination. Because really, that's where the growth is. The growth is in the journey, not the destination. Okay? The growth, your life is in the growth, in the now. That's where you write your story at. You don't read the book when it's not done. Okay? Like, if am I making sense here? You don't read an unfinished book. No book is unfinished. It always has a beginning and an end. So don't be so obsessed with what it's gonna look like. Just continue to write out the damn story. God damn it. Get it out you. And that's what I've learned. That's what I've learned. So yeah, y'all. I'm just getting some things out. I hope that everybody enjoyed this quick little live. I'll be sure to go live more. I got everything out of me right now. I feel like the Holy Spirit is just saying go ahead and end it here. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll talk to you guys soon.